Good morning, everyone. It's a little cloudy this morning, a little cool, but we're back out at a different farm setting traps and everything. So I'm pulled up here to the first spot, turn you around here. Got this little ditch right here. They've done quite a bit of work digging the trees off of it, but we got a beaver dam right here. And on that far side, if you can see in the camera, they've just got it beat down. And then they're going down the very shallow part of the ditch, but we're going to go on down, and this ditch winds for about a quarter of a mile over to those trees, and we're going to ride on down it and see if there's any more. But we're going to put in a drowner right over there where they're coming up over there, because it's not deep enough to put in a conibear. But we'll get on down the line. I'll get this set, and then we'll turn you back on when I get to a new spot. We just come on down the ditch, and we got right here in this ditch, and you can see they're still just going down this almost dry ditch for some reason, but there is enough water where we can put one right up in that culvert right there, and that's what we're gonna do. Gonna put a 330 over here in it. Bear with me just a second. I'm gonna try and get y'all set up where y'all can see what I'm doing here. I don't know. Hopefully y'all can see that. It's a good funnel down spot here. And it's just deep enough that we can put it in. Oh. Hopefully when we come back, we'll either have us a beaver or an otter, because it's a good spot for both. I've caught them here the past few years. So get this set and just like that. Get her safety off. Pull a little bit of that grass right there. Pull a little bit of that grass right there. It don't have to be just super fancy. Find the end of her cable. And push her stake down in there good. And we're off, and we'll catch you on down the line. Come around the other side of this property up by the interstate, and we got this ditch that comes through the woods. Right over there, they've got a caster mount they've made, but we put in a 330 right down there. They've got a trail coming up right through the grass, and it goes underneath the side by side here. It comes right over here, and they're going down here and right there, but we put us in a caster mount set right there with a TS85, so hopefully we might catch one passing through. We'll get on down the line. I'll turn you back on if we find something else. Well, we just come on down through the woods here on this ditch. I put a 330 right there. You can see it just barely sticking out of the top of the water. They're going up this ditch even though it gets shallow, and they're chewing a bunch of trees. And we'll walk right over here. Where they've been coming up on the bank and made caster mounds. So I put just a little lure and I bedded a TS85 right there. We're gonna head on down the line. I'll turn y'all back on if we find something else. Now here we are at my next place. We got this big giant reservoir. I don't know how actually big it is, but we got a big reservoir here. I know y'all can't really pick it up, but there is probably 3,000 or 4,000 ducks on this reservoir here this morning. But I don't know how well y'all can see it, but there's a trail where the beaver are coming out of the reservoir. They're coming right up here and going right through the grass here crossing over into this outside canal. And then this canal runs for miles both ways, right and left. But we're gonna throw in a set here and then we'll move on down the line. I'll turn you back on if we find something else. I know it's hard to see, but there is ducks everywhere. There's probably 3,000 ducks or more. I can just see ducks sitting everywhere on the water, and they're just everywhere flying around. But they don't duck hunt this. This is just their little sanctuary. So every year when I'm up here, this thing is just completely full of ducks. We just come down the levee from where I videoed you them ducks, which they're still right out in front of me, but we set a 330 right down in there. You can see this trail that just comes right across the road, goes right underneath that tree and right down under there, back into that canal. Just crossover after crossover, but we'll move on down and I'll show you the next spot. Here we are, we're down the back side of this big reservoir here, coming down this canal. If you can see that right there, they have just got the bank slicked up, and they come right up here and they come right across the road. And if y'all can see that, they go right down through there. We'll throw in a couple sets and see you on down the line. We just come down the road here just a little ways from where we just set those couple traps. And here, y'all can see that they just got the road beat plumb down again. And look here, what a trail. Just absolutely beat out going down to the water. We're gonna throw in a couple sets and we'll see y'all on down the line. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but there is a giant beaver hut right there that they have literally slicked it up all the way around, padding mud, in which you can just see back behind it in that big reservoir. It is just prime beaver territory. And then we come back here and we have even more of it that I'm fitting to go up and around. There's a levee right over there, and go up and look around it. And so hopefully we'll find a couple more sets, but I just thought y'all might like to see that big beaver hut sitting there. Well, we'll get on down the line. If y'all can see, we just come on around this north end of this big reservoir, and we put in a 330 right here. You can just see going right up through there, crossing over into this other canal on the other side. So, but we'll move on down the line. Well, here we are at a new location. You can see this slough here and all the dead timber. I trapped it last year and caught a few beaver out of here, but a couple of them more moved in. But you come right here, you can see their trail coming out. It goes right across the road and goes right in here, and they're just going out swimming around in this little hole of water they've got in the bottom of this bean field for some reason. But we're gonna put a couple sets in here and then we'll drive on up that way, and if we find anything else, I'll turn her back on. Let's see if y'all can see, we put a 330 right there. We're just gonna put one on this slide and we'll ride on down the levee here. See, hopefully y'all can see me here. I'm gonna put a 330 here in this crossover on this beaver dam here. Water's nice and cool today, I know that. Get this all untangled here. But yeah, when you're out looking for beaver sign on these dams and everything, look real good for your crossovers. Sometimes they may be very easy to see, and some of them may be very subtle, almost impossible to see. And then sometimes there's none. That's just how it goes. But, oops, sorry, knocked my camera. Trying to get a limb. But most of the time, there is a crossover on the dam somewhere. And we'll get on down the line. Well, we got to some new property here. Got this big, long ditch. You can follow my finger. It runs all the way back over through there and then goes out through the trees, but it comes through here. We've got one just slick down crossover. They come across the road and they're going down right there. And of course, this canal, you can see it just keeps on going probably for a couple miles. And we walk down the road here and you can just see this trail just absolutely slick down, and they come right across the road here. And you can see just winds right down and goes right in the water. And we're going to put in 4 sets, so y'all bear with me. See if I can get the camera set up here where you might can see if I can get it stuck down in the dirt here at all, where y'all can somewhat let's see what I'll get it in the ground there and try to set it up there where y'all can see. Try to get on here without falling in the water here. Get our stabilizer. Push that right down there. We are going to leave that one right there out of the way. Just bear with me. Make sure take my safeties off and push that right down on in there and get her stake here and stake her down, and this one's ready to go. Shove that stake down in the ground there. Then we'll screen went black on me, y'all. I thought the camera had cut off on me. And we'll get y'all. Get you set up there. And come on. Hopefully y'all can see. Get off here on the side of it here. All coming up. Get right down here in the water and shove that down in there good. I like using my footholds, but my go-to trap is the conibear. I run about 150 of them. like so. Push the springs down a little bit. Look for us some couple sticks over here, just a little bit of guiding. Don't need nothing just super fancy, just subtle. Now if I can find my cable here, pull that up. Put that in there. Shove that down in the ground. I'm gonna go down here and set these other two traps, and when I get them set, I'll show y'all. Now, you can see we set that one right there on this trail. That is just absolutely beat down. And I'll walk you over here where I showed you that one trail. We got another one sitting right there. And I'll turn you back on if we have anything else. Sorry y'all, I forgot to turn the camera on. But this ditch, which we were just about a half a mile down it earlier when we set those conifers, come up here and the beaver going under the road through this pipe. And we put in a caster mount set there, and I put 2 more down that way. So it makes 7 on this property. So hopefully we'll have something when we come back, and we'll catch you on down the line.